Group B with England, Iran, USA and Wales. Actually, nobody calling this group of death, but maybe they should. All national teams are ranked inside top 20 FIFA. Let's start with England. On the paper, the best team in the group. All players except Jude Bellingham are playing in the Premier League. After World Cup squad was announced, there was a lot of controversies, especially about Harry Maguire, who we all know for his individual mistakes. I just don't understand how a player who has been benched and injured for most of the season make to the World Cup over Fikayo Tomori, who been main choice in the Milan squad, who actually won last season Serie A. I just don't understand thought process of Gareth Southgate, but maybe he'll prove me wrong. Undoubtedly, the biggest loss for the England national team is absence of Reece James, who has been injured. This player just getting better and better. He get massive defensive and offensive impact for both Chelsea and England. Recent form of England doesn't look really well. They were relegated from Nations League group to League B. They lose 2 games against Hungary, one of them 4-0, and they enter this tournament with a 6-game winless run. Like I said, they have amazing squad with a lot of great players, but I just can't see them going really far in this tournament. It's not about the players, it's more about the manager. I believe that Gareth Southgate can't bring the full potential of these players with his formation and the way they play. If we see them play like at the last Euros, which mean they will focus on keeping the clean sheet and just scoring 1 or 2 goals, that probably will lead to penalty shootout, and they have terrible record in penalty shootout. The major tournaments they won just 2 out of 9. Next on we have Iran. They actually had a decent run at 2018 World Cup, grabbing 4 points in a group with Spain, Portugal and Morocco. This is something. The only issue I can see when I look at that World Cup, they didn't score from an open play. The only goals for them came from an own goal and penalty. Of course, there is one player to watch. It's Mahdi Terami, who playing for Porto. He already scored 11 goals and 5 assists in 18 games and helped qualify Porto to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Fired coach Dragon's coach just 4 months before the World Cup, and they rehired former coach Carlos Queiroz, who was the head coach for this team from 2011 till 2019. And the only issue I see is Carlos Queiroz have been the head coach of Colombia and Egypt in the last 3 years, and he failed to qualify with both of them to the World Cup. Friendlies before the World Cup were looking really promising. They won 2 games against Nicaragua and Uruguay, and they drew with Senegal 1-1. Next on we have an USA, youngest team in the tournament, but the latest game in the qualifiers, like that one against Costa Rica or Canada, shows that they have still really a lot to be working on. As well, friendlies just before the World Cup doesn't give too much optimism for the American fans. 2-0 lose to Japan, which could be the 4 or 5, and drew against Saudi Arabia 0-0. This squad is full of young potential still to be developed, but we already can see some top players like Christian Pulisic, Tyler Adams or Weston McKennie playing for the top European clubs. The only missing thing in this squad is a striker. None of the center forwards prove ability to score goals at the highest level. This may not age really well, but I don't see them qualifying for the knockout stages. Sorry, USA, Next on, we've got Wales. As we all expect, fight for the second spot in the group goes to the second day of the World Cup. Well, Wales will play against USA. Both of the teams got similar qualities up front, but I personally believe that Wales got better defensive formation. This is actually their first World Cup since 1958, but in the last two Euros they qualified from the groups to the knockout stages. Starman Gareth Bale, he is a different breed when he's playing for the national team. Obviously this might be his first and last World Cup. So my final prediction for the Group B: England at the top, second place Wales, third surprisingly Iran, and the last place USA.